Join me, Ellis Martin, for a conversation with Rana Vig, President and CEO of Blue Lagoon Resources, trading on the CSE as BLLG and in the U.S. on the OTCQB as BLAGF. The company is advancing its high-grade Dome Mountain Gold Project in British Columbia, Canada, moving from exploration into production, with gold shipments going to Nicola Mining for processing. Rana, welcome back to the program. It's great to speak with you today.
Thanks, Ellis.
I've known you for quite a long time, I would say almost 20 years, and you've done something that many companies have not done in the junior mining space. It's pretty rare that a company actually gets into production. You've done it. You've delivered $1 million Canadian worth of gold and silver from Dome Mountain's initial production to Ocean Partners through Nicola Mining. Let's talk about the road to where you're at today and what this actually means.
Thanks, Ellis. Yeah, listen, it's been an incredible journey. I founded this company in 2019, and we took over this project after looking at over 200 projects. I found this one, Dome Mountain, up in Smithers, northern British Columbia. And it took us 5 years to get this permit. And yeah, you're right. It is a rare achievement. We're very proud of it. I read the other day, it's only 0.01% of companies, of projects that ever make it to an actual production stage. So we're very proud to have achieved this incredible milestone at the most opportune time in the gold market. And just as you mentioned, just received our first near $1 million check here just last week, and we're just getting started. So we're very excited.
Your career did not start in mining. Is that what it takes to run a successful mining company that produces gold and silver?
I don't know. Look, I guess it's a different thought process. I'm not a geologist or a mining engineer. I'm a business person. All the decisions that we've made over this time has been grounded in that philosophy. And also, me and my family, we put over $2 million into this company. We're aligned with the shareholder. So I think it's a number of combinations that take, but you've got to really take a look at the business. Look, being an entrepreneur, as I'm sure you can appreciate and your audience can appreciate, it isn't easy. There's a lot of bumpy roads that are along the way. You just have to ride it out and just make sure that every decision you're making is a sound business decision. And that's what it takes.
Speaking of entrepreneurial endeavors, none of us, people like you, people like me, if I could even put myself in the same space as you, we're not individuals that like to work for other people, or at least other entities where there's one or two bosses. I have many bosses, and you have your shareholders, and it's a unique position that the standard job per se offers less security than being a successful entrepreneur, which is not easy at all.
Yeah, look, being an entrepreneur isn't for everybody, right? And there are people who often question, how do you do this? How do you not turn off at 5 o'clock? Because as an entrepreneur, you can't. You're on it all the time. Sure, you take your breaks and you create some balance, but often there isn't a balance. It's the imbalance that it creates, because when it's go time, it's go time. It doesn't matter if it's a Friday night or if it's a Sunday. You got to make things happen. Look, it's not for everybody, but the thing is, when it all does come together, which it takes, look, I was there for more than 10 years when we first met many years ago. The markets were bad. And when I got into this business, I put over 7 figures into the markets. And the following year, it became 3 figures, lost it all. And that's the crazy ride. But the beauty is that when you get involved in something, for example, our company right now, at an opportune time, it could be a game-changing, a life-changing experience, because when all the stars align, like we're seeing here with gold and silver, everything just breaks loose, and the rewards are just incredible.
How did you know to stay with it? Because let's face it, the dips in this market are severe and they're painful and they can deplete your bank account more or less. Why didn't you give up? A lot of people do.
You can't. I guess that's just the way that I'm wired. I suppose you can, but I can't. It's the wiring in my brain, the way I operate. Look at anyone who's ever accomplished anything. You look at their history, look at their story, and you will discover the pain they went through. People only see the success, but they don't see all the pain that people go through in order to achieve that success. Without the pain, there just isn't the gain. To go back to that old cliche, yeah, you can quit, but for successful people, the very few that actually make it, that just isn't an option. You figure out a way. You go under, you go over, you go through, you do whatever it takes to climb over the hurdles, and that's the only way you can succeed if you want true success.
So failure is a big part of success, isn't it?
Absolutely. A big part of success is failure. You've got to be able to get back up again.
Rana, what kind of revenue can we expect to see this year for Blue Lagoon? What are your estimates?
That's a tricky question also that I can't really answer because my hands are tied because of regulations to make those kind of forward-looking statements. But I'll tell you one thing I can say. About 3 years ago, we sent out 5,000 tons to the mill to test everything, and we got about $1.7 million from 5,000 tons. This last month, we sent 1,000 tons only, and we got almost $1 million. So you can see the difference the price of gold makes, because back then the price of gold was only around $1,800. Now we're looking at $4,300, right? Did you see, by the way, it went to 4,500 and then it adjusted dramatically down by 200, and then it went right back up again. All of this uncertainty around the world, and now the latest with China circling Taiwan and ready to take over. There's so much uncertainty in the world right now, and gold, in our opinion, has only one direction, and that's up. Revenue is going to be a huge factor this year. It's a game-changing year for this company in 2026 because of the price of gold and where we think it's headed, straight up.
What are the next steps for Blue Lagoon coming up during the next 6 months?
Look, once we start to fill up the treasury, which I expect to be here very shortly, we're going to be starting to ship here this week again at the beginning of the year here. And the next steps really are to start the drilling program again. Because at the core, remember, we're really an exploration play. We have a huge land package, 22,000 hectares, one of the largest in the province that hasn't, less than 10% of it has been touched. We have an 18-kilometer strike length that hasn't been touched. We have many targets that we've already identified that are already permitted. So we will take some of the cash, we will put it back into the ground, into the drilling so that we can grow the resource and develop this company. And we'll look at other things. We'll look at some share buyback programs. I'm even going to look at a dividend to separate us further. So we have a lot of exciting things happening in the next 6 to 12 months to look forward to.
That's exciting to hear. Do you anticipate any dilution in the future at all?
No, I don't, unless there's something very compelling, like a significant M&A transaction or something that would make sense and would be accretive to raise. But other than that, I don't expect to have to raise any more money. We should have enough to do exactly what we need to do to execute on our plan here with this cash coming in.
Can you go into a little bit of detail about your relationship with one of our other sponsors, Nicola Mining?
Yeah, we have a fantastic relationship with Nicola. They're a great partner, a fantastic company, to the point where Nicola is invested in us. They have about 6% equity. They came out to our site a couple of years ago and were so impressed with the mine that they decided to invest in the company. Peter Espig and his wife personally have invested multiple times through various placements, a significant amount. So that's well aligned. And furthermore, they even gave us a $2 million unsecured line of credit. That's how much confidence they have in us. So they're just a fantastic partner, and we're very proud to work with them. And one of the best things is that really the whole mill circuit is really designed for us because we're really their only customers right now. So when they run the material, it's really geared for our ore. And what's fantastic is that we get 95% recovery when we did the last testing with them. It's just an amazing relationship.
What a great way to start the year, Rana. I look forward to our next conversation. Congratulations to you so far, and let's talk again soon.
I look forward to it. Thank you, Ellis.
I've been speaking today with Rana Vig, President and CEO of Blue Lagoon Resources, trading on the CSE as BLLG and on the OTCQB as BLAGF. To learn more about the company and its progress at the Dome Mountain Project, visit BlueLagoonResources.com. You've been listening to the Ellis Martin Report on Money Talk Radio.